Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rex and this is the Fall of 76 for the channel Untitled Historian. Yeah, I know there's already a Fall of 76 reaction on my channel, but it's a re-upload of very old video I did, I guess, when I started this channel, pretty old video. And at the time, I don't know what the hell was I doing. So, you know, I didn't do much of reaction in that video and I was stoned or something. I don't remember, but it's pretty weird. So I'm like, what the hell? I just did Untitled of No Man's Sky. So I'm like, yeah, let's do Fall of 76. I can compare the two, I guess. And, you know, I don't remember much from this video. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be much of comparing in this one because Untitled of No Man's Sky was pretty different thing. A new developer, I don't know what the hell is he doing, and in the end he redeemed himself. I don't think that's how it's going to be in this one, but yeah. Bunker down and pray for updates. Yeah, for Fallout 76. Yeah, I think people are saying that Fallout 76 is good now. I don't know. I never played it. I never saw Fallout as an online game, so I don't know. I can't bring myself around to play that. I know people are just saying that, you know, it's still Fallout, so it's fun, but to me it's like breaking all the, you know, all that is Fallout, right? To me, at least. To me, Fallout has always been like, you know, it's your own time, right? Whenever you have 4 or 5 hours free time, which is really hard, but yeah, whenever you make time, whenever you have 4 or 5 hours free time, you just sit in your room, you know, I guess with drinks and whatever you can muster at that point, and you just play straight for 4 and 5 hours with, you know, good earphones or, you know, good speakers, whatever, depending on the environment at the point. And, you know, you just, you know, sink into the Fallout world by your own. It's your solo experience. That's what Bethesda game studios are good for. Making it an online just feels like it's going all against what Fallout and even Elder Scrolls should be. So I never played it for that reason, because I didn't want to ruin the next Fallout feeling, right? Because people are not realizing, they just played Fallout 76 thinking it's still Fallout. But yeah, now you're gonna, next time Fallout comes, you're gonna remember Fallout 76 and how you played it. It's not going to be fun. Fallout 5 is not going to be same as you played Fallout 3, New Vegas, things like that. Fallout 4. So yeah, that's why I never played this one. But I guess people are saying it's good now, but yeah, I'm still not going to play that. So yeah, that's why it's fun. Get Curiosity Stream if you know what's good for you. Yeah, Curiosity Stream was the sponsor of this, alright. 40 million views. I guess they got their money's worth. Don't play this thing, man. Damn, I have to play Fallout 3 again.
If you found this tape, it means that everyone is dead, or working at a different office. How did this happen? Well, I'll tell you. Buckle up, buckaroos. Today's lesson is the misfired launch of Fallout 76.
He says, won't lie, I'm probably still gonna pre-order Starfield. Yeah, so will I. It's like, you know, I said this in, I guess, Untitled of No Man's Sky. Like, if you protect your community, you know, build a certain reputation for your community, doesn't matter what, we will always trust them, even with shit like Fallout 76 happens. I said that in Untitled of No Man's Sky, and that's the manifesting here, I guess. I'm gonna pre-order Starfield too, obviously, and I'm pretty sure everybody who hated with, you know, with everything they had, hated Fallout 76, even they are going to pre-order Starfield because it's Bethesda game studio. You're not gonna forget all other games, man.
June 2018. It began with everyone getting just a little hyped up.
Have we waited long enough, guys?
Oh god, yes we have.
Oh, I remember
Todd.
this.
I think we have.
I watched this. Oh, I watched this.
Fallout 76.
God, I watched this live, right? I mean, they just, you know, they just played this in the background, this blurred out background. I'm like, huh, what is this? I waited, then Todd came. I'm like, hell no. No way another Fallout comes in just 2 years. People said, but that was New Vegas. New Vegas was Bethesda game studio, man. So I was really hyped up, like, holy shit, they're making another Fallout immediately. Because it's like 2-3 years after the Fallout 4.
Bethesda's biggest game yet. My god, it was exciting. And they promised we'd know more at E3. E3 hype time. The press conference. 16 times the detail.
16 times the detail. There's all new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology.
4 times the map size.
It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. And it's our biggest one yet.
My god, it was exciting. November 14th, 2018. The game goes live with a day 1 patch of 50 gigabytes. For
Yeah, no, it's not for him. But as soon as he said every NPC in this game or something like that is a real player, I'm like, oh shit, it's an online. That was my reaction. I know most people don't have issue with that, but I had. That's not Fallout for me.
Sake. I'll see you tomorrow.
But once that's downloaded, people start logging into the hellscape that is Fallout 76. And oh dear lord, they never fix the bugs. And there are so many of them. Goodbye world, goodbye necks, goodbye body, goodbye heads, bugs, bugs, bugs everywhere. Server crashes, game crashes, old bugs imported from Fallout 4. Use more than one nuke at a time, server's dead. Textures far too texturous, an all-consuming void. Error log 307. Can't pick up stuff, can't stop asserting dominance with a T-pose, framerate problems, screen tear problems, getting too swole, getting underneath the map, getting attacked by invisible enemies, spawning too many enemies.
It kind of speaks for itself.
Spawning too many god rays. Also, your camp resets after every session, and sometimes it goes underwater. Holotapes randomly play static, but too many holotapes mean none of them will play. Enemy AI is far more A than I. Animations are broken. Surprise! Floating objects and a traveling merchant. Just to name a few. Joseph Anderson has a great video that documents just the ones that he found personally. That video is 3
glitches.
hours long. But it gets worse. Error CE348.
Look, here's the thing. Oh my god. I'm so glad I didn't play that, especially at the early times, because after all this shit, I would have deleted the game, no doubt, because I don't have patience for this shit. This many bugs, this will definitely ruin the games for me. I mean, I know Fallout and Elder Scrolls are never, smooth. They all have way too many bugs, right? But not at this scale, right? Not, breaking the game type of bugs that constantly happens. I remember watching certain streams of certain people playing. They synced, 3 or 4 hours getting certain codes and shit you need for the bombs or whatever, and then the game crashed when they came back. They didn't have none of that shit. They have to do it again. 3-4 hours gone like that? No, fuck that.
780 can corrupt your data and force you to reinstall the game and console operating system. A few PC players had their computers brick entirely. Also, when the date rolled over to the 1st of January 2019, the nukes in the game stopped working altogether. No one thought it prudent to program in other years in an always online game. And a few players were straight up logging into other people's accounts. This guy had a level 78 character that was randomly replaced with a level 8 character. Bethesda said they couldn't do anything about it.
Oh, that would piss me off.
Many players.
Thing is, basically, the people who make single-player RPG open-world games are not the one who makes great online games. I guess it's not surprising. I mean, they were way over their heads. They thought Elder Scrolls Online is working. Yeah, because the people who are making that is not you. That's the people who know how to make online games. I mean, you are great at making open world stories and everything, but that's single player games. You don't know the elements of, I guess, online and what happens with that, I guess.
Players are not thrilled with this game, and they want Bethesda to know that. And they want everyone else to know that too. But Bethesda owns the platform. Is Fallout 76 fun?
Yes, it is. Banned for racism. Thread locked.
They had no direct outlet for their rage. The only solution was to put a torch to everything else. Reddit, Twitter, Bethesda's other games on Steam. The backlash was immense. But surely level heads would prevail. The reviewers would come out and say that the game isn't so bad. Oh dear lord, they hated it.
Of course they did.
This is so sad. Despacito, play Country Roads.
Oh no. Oh no.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River.
And the YouTube community had this to say.
It's really fucking boring.
Could barely bring myself to play it in order to finish this review.
No one on staff wants to play any more of this video game. I'm not gonna subject myself to another 20, 30 hours of this fucking mess.
In short, Fallout 76 is morally, technically, and creatively bankrupt.
The mods on Bethesda forums were working overtime. The mods on Reddit almost gave up. Look, I'm not saying that some people didn't enjoy and have fun with this game. But what I am saying is that the Metacritic was really funny to read. So what happened? Well, it came out that development was...
Look, I don't want to be that guy, but look, here's the thing. This is an online multiplayer game. You will have fun with that because you are playing with your friends. You can have a stick and stone and play with your friends and can have fun. That doesn't make the game good, right? People had this really good, I'm having fun. That's not much of argument, man. You know, you're having fun because you're playing with your friends, right? There is really shitty online games out there that people have fun with because the people are playing it together. That's not much of a challenge there. But yeah, I know there are certain people who really like the game, right? Because it was Fallout, and I can understand that. It has a whiff of Fallout. It's made from the same people, so it's gonna feel like Fallout. So you can't really hate it when it's Fallout, right? But as a whole game, it fucking sucked if it was like that. All the bugs and shit. I remember my friends getting pissed off over and over again, never played it, still didn't play it, even after getting patches after patches. Even today, they're like, fuck that, I'm never touching that again. After seeing all that, and I just like, I can't play this because Fallout will be ruined for me forever.
Hugely rushed. The deadlines were tight. Too tight. Plus, this wasn't Bethesda's A-team. It's actually a relatively inexperienced division based in Austin, and the scope of the game kept getting bigger.
We're gonna need distant weather systems.
Hey Todd, I stayed up all night and I just finished.
We're gonna need 16 times the detail.
Please, Todd. No more.
We're gonna need 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
That, and they were trying to patchwork the old Bethesda creation engine into a multiplayer framework. What else could you expect?
That's why I give my kids
Fallout 76.
Now, Bethesda could tolerate the bugs and the bad reviews and the irate players, but what they couldn't tolerate were the exploits. Infinite inventory, infinite invisibility. The frame rate was tied to the game speed, so people were going a lot faster than they should. Server hopping for more items, infinite cache and infinite duplication, unlimited XP.
I think in the old Bethesda engine, there was already issue if you change certain things. I don't know what it was. Was it frame rate or what that was? If you change that, everybody sped up anyway. That was the bug from the engine from the start. Right? Is it a bug or is this part of the engine? I don't know, but that was the issue from the engine start. You can't take that engine that's already patched for Fallout 4 and now it's a creation engine. Now you can't take that. Gamebryo became creation engine, right? So you can't take that engine and now fucking say, okay, I'm gonna make it multiplayer out of this. That's not how it works, man. You have to use some other engines like, I don't know, Unreal or something like that. And then there is an issue like, will it even look like Fallout? Which is true. I think that is why, BGS doesn't touch other engines, right? Because will it even look like Fallout? Because that's a real issue. Different engines, you can't really recreate perfectly, right? Maybe you can, but that takes way too many time than it's worth, I guess. That's why they're constantly sticking to the engine they have. Even for the newer games, Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, they're using same engine but now improved. Look, in the end, I don't have that much problem with that because they just took what they had and just added things to it, perfected things here and there with the newer technology. If they had made a new engine from the scratch, they would have got to the engine that is creation engine right now and add shit on top of that. What's the point of that? They already have creation engine. So engine is not something, it's not like making food or something. They have to start over, right? It is fine to use what you already have if you know what you're doing. But there is a high chance, like I said, if you know what you're doing, there's a high chance certain bugs of the engine still carries over because you didn't look for it properly, I guess. That is always a risk.
Limited nuking. The nuclear codes were unencrypted and you could wall clip into the quest room. And someone was given the curse of infinite invincibility. Naturally, this can really mess with other players' online experience. So Bethesda was ready, with the ban hammer and a blindfold to wildly flail around and take down anyone who happened by. But Bethesda wasn't satisfied with just banning people. No, they're a progressive company with big ideas. They wanted to give a road to redemption. So support sent out this email to players caught cheating. We would be willing to accept an essay on why the use of third-party cheat software is detrimental to an online game community. That's right, 500 words on why you're a very naughty boy, and they may just give you your account back. But a couple of days later, the mocking from news outlets caused them to reconsider this approach.
One essay, really?
In all the Bethesda games, there's a dev room. Every item in the game is kept here. Security has to be top-notch because otherwise, someone could just waltz in and take all of the best items in the game and it would be an absolute disaster. Well, shit. Of course, Bethesda wasn't equipped to deal with the issue. People started flooding in, taking the best items in the game, then selling those items on a black market of sorts. At first, they tried the usual approach, banning people who had some of the best items in the game. You spent 700 hours just to get the best gun? Die, cheater! Next, they put in a system where players would get tagged if they ever entered the room, and they banned those players. That wasn't much better because people would just start using Smurf accounts. Get in quick with a level 1 account, get all that good shit, then get the fuck out. Then use a duplication glitch to get a ton more of those items. Then transfer that stuff to your main account and you're good to go. Bethesda then takes out this level 1 and calls it mission accomplished. And you've just beaten the game. So the problem...
Yeah, this is like Victorian England type of approach or something. Oh, we got the perpetrator, let's go, it's done. I mean, I don't want to say that, they should have known better because they are not equipped for this shit. Of course they're going to do that. I don't know what to say here, right? I mean, they are not prepared for making a massive multiplayer game, especially with their reputation. Obviously, there's going to be lots of players flocking to that, right? I don't know how. I don't play multiplayer games, so I don't know which big games are out there. But I don't know. Firewatch. I don't know. Whatever those games are, right? Multiplayer massive games that people play. Even there are fucking tournaments for that. People actually go into stadium and play and win millions of dollars. Those kind of developers know what to prioritize first. Like, it doesn't matter what game cannot be broken. I'm pretty sure they don't have a Dave room inside the game at that point, like Bethesda like to do. So I don't know. They were not equipped for this.
Continued. Bethesda is running out of ideas to solve it. There's a lot of speculation in the media and among players about how exactly people are getting in, but no one except for the exploiters knows for sure. That said, Bethesda needs to act fast before it ruins the economy of the game. So they wrote another email and sent it out to the Smurfs. Hello, cheater. Do you want to tell us how you did it and we might unban you, please? Should we not hear back from you, the account will simply remain suspended. It's not known whether this approach worked, but from what I've seen, it's still possible to get into the dev room. November 22nd, 2018. Just a week after the release, the game goes on discount. From $60 to $40, to $35, to $30. You can find it for $15 on eBay, and in Germany they're straight up giving it for free when you buy a PlayStation controller. Also, some stores are just zip tying it to other products. But to Bethesda, it's worth selling the thing at a price close to zero, because it brings people into the atomic shop, which is where the real margins are. And
yeah, but in India, prices never dropped. It was still $61, $62 when I checked it. Even with the shitstorm was going on like that, right? Even where everyone was getting pissed and selling and the prices were dropping. It was not dropping here. It was still $62. I'm like, what the fuck?
It inflates the poor sales figures. Let's have a look at those. The latest figures show 76 sold less than a sixth of what Fallout 4 did. Not good. There's also been a massive oversupply of hard copies. Although, what's the point of a hard copy when the thing is just a cardboard disc telling you to redeem an online code?
Fuck that, I would've got pissed off. Look, whenever I buy a hard copy, this might feel old style, and kind of is, because I don't do that now. I used to do that, I guess 10 years ago or something. But, when I used to get hard copies when everybody was just buying from PlayStation stores and shit like that, I always used to get hard copy because, I don't know, I was always afraid of hackers, and actually in PlayStation 4, my primary account did get hacked, but by that point I was playing on PC, so I didn't care much. And no, I couldn't redeem it back for whatever reason, I don't remember exactly. But it did get hacked, so my all 2 or 3 games I had on that were gone, basically. So I'm so glad that any copy I bought for PlayStation 4 was all hard copies, basically. But when I buy something like that and I get that shit, I would have been pissed a lot. And damn, this is just, fucked up. I mean, this, basically. There we go.
The latest figures show 76 sold less than a sixth.
This is not really fair. I mean, I don't think even they try to compete with that, right? Because they know full well that all the people who play Fallout are not going to be the one who plays, multiplayer. I mean, most of them at least. So they never expected this figure. But I think at least they expected this figure from New Vegas at least. Out of 15 million, at least half will play it. That's what they thought. But even 2.5 million, I mean, they are not going to be like, you know, okay, that's too much bad at that point, right? I mean, it's kind of a disaster, but it's not disaster enough that they would think that this is completely off, because, you know, if they had got New Vegas figure, they would be like, oh, job's done. They get, you know, 2.5 million, and I guess later on they at least got 3 or something million, because this was in 2019. After that, I think, you know, I remember Torch saying something like they have some 3 or 4 million players or something like that. So I guess that's fine. They can move on.
Of what Fallout 4 did. Not good. There's also been a massive oversupply of hard copies. Although, what's the point of a hard copy when the thing is just a cardboard disc telling you to redeem an online code? And while sales are low, returns are high. Immediately upon release, people began asking Bethesda for a refund. 76 is not on Steam, it's on Bethesda's own platform, so they have all the control. If players only played the game for a few hours, then generally they'll get their money back. However, it came out that people were sometimes getting refunds after a full 24 hours of play. Quite generous. But then word about this spread to forums. Then to Reddit, and a post got 12,500 upvotes informing people that this made pretty much everyone eligible for a refund, and the comments told them exactly how to do it. Bethesda was flooded with requests for refunds. And their response? Shut it down, lads. No one gets a refund now. Everyone go home. Show's over. Robot customer service man engage.
Customers who have downloaded the game are not eligible for a refund. We apologize for the inconvenience.
A few things followed. First, people got mad. One hardcore gamer even trashed a GameStop for refusing his refund.
Thank you for calling GameStop. This is Brian. How can I help you?
A bit of an overreaction, but probably also fake. Second,
yeah,
the media.
Exactly. I thought that was fake too. I mean, you know, they probably tied that incident with Fallout 76. This is because of Fallout 76. I don't think so.
And third, a class action lawsuit. Their inconsistent refund policy and terms of service may not be strictly legal. November 27th, 2018. Miglaccio and Rathod LLP filed a class action suit on behalf of customers. Media quickly picked up on that. Their main argument is that it's a sometimes unplayable game owing to its technical problems, then they're refusing refunds, and that Bethesda is engaged in a strategy to release it anyway and then slowly patch their way into a more playable state. Updates on this lawsuit are slow, so I'll keep you informed on the second channel. Ad time. Look, there's a meteor headed straight to Earth. Oh my god. We must do something. Was anyone curious enough to read about it online? Not me. Not me either. Nope. Oh no! Now people think I'm dumb and I have died a virgin. Don't let this happen to you. Get Curiosity Stream. It's a streaming platform with some of the best documentaries and non-fiction from around the world. Partial nudity? Maybe if you look hard enough. But more importantly, the most arousing thing of all, knowledge. Works for your Roku, Android, etc., etc. It works on everything, okay? Science, nature, history, tech, society. CuriosityStream.com/internethistorian for unlimited access to the world's free top documentaries and non-fiction series. Use the promo code InternetHistorian during the sign-up process to get the first 30 days free, then cancel any time. Wink. Please, look, I need sponsors. I bought a lifetime supply of toilet paper thinking I was saving money, but then I left it out in the rain and the crows got it, and now I'm back to square one. Please. CuriosityStream.com/internethistorian. Ads over.
Yeah, those toilet paper probably came as a commodity just the year after that. Year after this video. So yeah. Man, I've seen his toxic ads, right? I mean, there are lots of them, especially with the NordVPN thing. But you can cancel anytime after that. Wink. I mean, how do sponsors keep continuing? I get it. Any kind of exposure is good. But look at that shit, man.
Let's rewind a little bit. Fallout fans made their pre-orders, and the most dedicated pre-ordered the Power Armor Edition.
Oh wow. God, yes. Oh God.
It came with a helmet,
The
box,
bags thing, right?
map, army toys, and a genuine West Tech canvas bag.
Of course, he's gonna exaggerate
Fast forward
this.
to the release. And customers notice that their precious
Plastic
bags,
bag.
which are supposed to be made of the finest canvas in the land,
Yummy.
look a bit different.
Bruh.
In fact, it looks like a carry bag the real bag should come in.
Bruh.
Did they really just advertise one thing and deliver another? You can't do that. So there was a surge of backlash, and people began emailing Bethesda, asking for refunds, asking for answers. By this point, customer service is absolutely over it. They are done with the facade, and they send this email in response.
Hello. We are sorry that you aren't happy with the bag. The bag shown in the media was a prototype and was too expensive to make. We aren't planning on doing anything about it.
That's the whole email. Staff at Bethesda aren't even hiding their contempt anymore. Naturally, the internet goes wild.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Wow. Well, I got so mad, I shaved everything off my face.
Okay guys, this is a bit of a PR nightmare. We have to quell the outrage. What do we do?
I don't get this. I still don't. This is kind of painting a picture in my head. This is kind of pissing me off. Look, just months ago, I guess a year ago, they did that, hashtag save player 1. Then they do this Fallout 76 bullshit. They were already working on Fallout 76 when they did that hashtag save player 1 and hold that hypocritical video that they made. And after that, look at the shitstorm they're doing this, right? I mean, they were making fun of EA, how they are using microtransaction to, I guess, screw people over. And they did the same shit in matter of months. I mean, hypocrisy, if I see in few years, I understand that, they changed the direction to that area. But in just months when you're actually working on the game like that, and, look at all the PR disaster, right? First of all, bugs and bugs here and there. They didn't go with the No Man's Sky route, right? Like, I'm gonna patch everything. No, they wanted to make profit, so they just released that shit. And after that, they were slowly trying to, smooth things over rather than actually making the game good. After that, they did this canvas bag bullshit. They actually showed the canvas bag, didn't send anyone, and afterward people noticed that, of course they will. They send that we're not gonna do anything about it. Really? That's the mail you're gonna send? Even the small ass company, some local company, who's local, not even some, country scale company, let alone global company like Bethesda, even some local company, if they were there, they would send some more, smooth trucking business style email without saying we are not going to do anything about it. Do you see how much stocks you have, Bethesda? Do you understand the entire Bethesda company has most of its value because of you? Because of Bethesda Game Studio. That's why it got sold for $8 billion to Microsoft. Do you understand this? You're gonna send this email to Fallout fans? Fallout 4 that's sold more than any of your games? When this is just horse shit. This kind of pisses me off, man. Really? And after doing that hashtag save player 1, you're doing all this shit for money? They didn't make Canvas Bag for the money. Look, even if they don't make any profit from Fallout 76, it's still not a loss. Because all the games they made in the past, all the money they already have, and all the money they will make in the future. It's about saving their image. It's about saving their community, even if Fallout 76 is a loss. But they still were grabbing for money here and there, right? I understand that they had to please the investor and shit, and their main owner was not such a great guy, and obviously he had no love for games much, right? Now that's not an issue because Microsoft owns it. So I guess that could be the reason. Fine, I see that. But Canvas Bag, how many people bought that version? How many could there be anyway? And even if you make a Canvas Bag and make a loss, that's not big of a loss comparing the whole game, right? You should avoid that disaster at least, but even there they tried to, I guess, get money and conserve money any way possible. I get it, the chairman could have been the reason, and investors because of him could have been the reason, but they're doing all this shit. I understand that, but still, some of the places like Canvas Bag, they should have known better. And I hope it was just the owner who was the issue. Owners and investors are the issue who wanted to, just grab money like EA is doing. If that's the case, now Microsoft has Bethesda, maybe Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 can be saved. Because Microsoft right now only wants to make good games, so their consoles and live service gets more sale. Their goal right now is to make good game. When your company's goal is that, you usually come out fine, especially if you're talent of Bethesda Game Studios.
Well, we've got this in-game currency. Let's just give them the minimum amount of that.
Oh, God.
Fantastic idea. Hear ye, hear ye. Anyone who paid $200 to $300 for the Power Armor Edition is hereby entitled to $5 worth of in-game currency that you'll be able to spend with us. 500 atoms? Fuck yeah! What are you gonna do with your atoms? I'm gonna buy 5/18 of the white paint version of the Power Armor. Whoa! What about you? Lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate. Fuck the bag! He's right! Fuck the bag! Lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood... Of course, this was Bethesda's fantasy of what would happen. What really happened is further outrage, and even the media started piling on.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
It even became part of that class action lawsuit from earlier.
Of course
Bethesda
it did.
put out a tweet apologizing for their curt customer service and gave a different excuse for why they didn't make the bags. A shortage of material, apparently. That was quickly debunked. Because it turns out they did make the canvas bag, except they gave them all out to influencers. Oh dear. It's not the same one, of course, but it's sourced from that ever-scarce material, canvas. But what's more amusing is that it turns out there is a canvas bag in the game, if you don the postman's outfit, which of course can be found at the Atom Shop, for 700 atoms. Ooh, just short. Well, the bleating from the online community continued, and Bethesda's lawyers realized there would be trouble, so they decided to capitulate. Alright, fine, we'll make your precious fucking bag. If you want to claim it, you'll have to fill out this form with your name, personal details, address, etc., etc. And we'll ship out the bag to you in 4 to 6 months. But it doesn't quite end there. Because Bethesda is known for bugs, and of course their website is a buggy mess too. Turns out all of the customer support inquiries are unsecure and open to the public. In fact, people can open and close and change them at will. Listed are details of full legal names, phone numbers, home addresses, and more. If you've requested your canvas bag, you've just been doxxed. Whee! Not knowing how to immediately fix the problem, Bethesda panics and temporarily shuts down the whole website. And that is the tale of the duffel kerfuffle.
You know what? No, fuck this. This is not okay. This is amateur shit. If all this shit happened during the time of Morrowind or Oblivion, it's understandable. Hell, even if Fallout 3 time, it's understandable. But how many big ass game and profitable game they made? Morrowind, Oblivion, Fallout 3, Skyrim, they made shit tons of money with Skyrim and all those different versions. Fallout 4 sold more than any of their other games. They are flowing with money at this point, and they still didn't have big enough staff to handle any shit. They didn't have any for cybersecurity, any competent guy for cybersecurity. They could have made sure at least our website are fucking secure. They only have, what, 30, 40 people in the team. Now they expanded, right? Now they have 3 studios, but they didn't before, especially at the time of Fallout 76, right? Later on, they added this shit. They had all this money, right? Only consolation I can come up with is the same shit I just said. I hope it's just the owner and the investors who are greedy. So at least Microsoft can save this company. Otherwise, I don't even know what to think.
This has been so difficult. They made one for New Vegas. One last piece of merch. A rum drink. Nuka-Cola Dark. Pre-orders available in September. Shipped out on November 14th. $80 plus postage and handling. Not cheap.
FedEx handling.
But in return, you got a very cool bootle. Looks good on the shelf. A great conversation piece with the family over Thanksgiving. Or at least it would have been. November 14th came and went, and there was no rum. Okay. A week later, on November 21st, an email comes through. There's a delay. Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard, they say.
Fallout standard?
The usual Fallout standard.
He had to.
All of this just works.
Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard. So we'll have it for you soon. No.
Internet historian had to make that joke. Otherwise, I would be like, this is an imposter.
Specific date given.
1 week later.
Nothing. Then on December 5th, another email. Good news. We start shipping on December 12th. It's been nearly 3 months since you pre-ordered, but as a show of good faith, we made this promotional video for you. And this is where things went from tardy to retardy. Right there. Did you catch that? That's just a regular industry bottle and a plastic shell. We paid $80 and waited a quarter of a year for a plastic shell? People were not happy. Look at that ratio. Nothing in the marketing said that it was a plastic shell. Super premium, we were promised. And the media agreed.
This is just too much, man.
People began cancelling their orders. Silver Screen tries to convince people that it's not cheap and shitty. It actually costs us twice as much to make the plastic one than the glass one. Then what the fuck? We spent 100 hours coding the design. Convincing stuff. So it arrives, just a few days before Christmas. The rum is about the quality you'd expect.
Can I swear on this? It's my own show.
Worse is the design. The oversized lip means liquid can pour inside the shell.
Hard to pour because how they made this damn thing. I spilled like half the shot.
Very dribbly.
So you're best off.
Yeah, I think they thought like, you know, all of our customers are just like how our games players are and NPCs are. Fucking drunk and, you know, happy with anything, basically. Happy with anything they got. They'll be fine with plastic is post-apocalyptic world. They'll be happy with plastic rather than nothing. And why make it more easily, you know, pourable, I guess. They'll just use their mouth and then directly chug it, basically. Like how they do in the game, I guess, because there is no difference. All the people who play these games are just like how the game characters are.
Opening the whole thing up to prevent spilling. If you do that, there's a good chance that you'll snap the flimsy plastic. Any liquid will immediately ruin this cheap paper sticker. Some made their own at home and the quality was about on par. But look, if you do want a decent version of this product, there are reputable sellers of them. They're on Etsy. They're far cheaper and they actually give a shit. Not gonna lie though, some of the memes that came out of this were pretty good. Now, many claim that this was an honest mistake.
Sorry.
BP.
Or that customers were at fault for misinterpreting ambiguous marketing. I disagree. All of the marketing shows other glass items. All of the mock-ups show something more akin to frosted glass than plastic. They give plenty of descriptions of the product too, and not once do they mention plastic. And they were engaged in a bunch of other tomfuckery as well. Before the product was even available, they flooded their own product reviews with a bunch of 5 stars. This raised some eyebrows, and people on Reddit even called them out for it, so they deleted them. You can see all this activity on the Wayback Machine. Now, if they're happy to deceive people in this way, it seems silly to give them the benefit of the doubt about the glass. It's also worth quickly talking about the Bethesda merch store. Some of these items are pretty neat. That's cool. Good idea. I'd have that. Fallout 76 pant. Singular. But why is he so mad? The photography is all just slightly off. This gaudy jacket was mocked relentlessly on social media. But does the 76 and $276 really make it more immersive? And why did they just toss it on the ground? And it comes in this crumpled up toddler body bag. You're talking about hundreds of thousands.
Oh, those fucking peasant. What the fuck do they want? Let's just sell them a fucking some kind of a stupid leather bag. Throw it on the ground, take a photo. Like we do it with a hostage situation. Fuck it. Why you know, shine it up, I guess, right? Why use better lighting and better setting to make a great photo? Nah, fuck it, throw it on the ground.
Thousands of dollars in merch and you don't have an eye on? Why is she wearing the size XXL? She's clearly not happy about it. But who looked at this and said, good job, print? Now that's surprising. And what the fuck? They made the bottle properly. Yeah, one of those please, but bigger and brown. Is that so hard? Let's get back to the game. December 2018. There are 2 new patches released that caused quite a stir. First, the good. For PC, they included a number of quality of life improvements.
Alright, before we go forward, I have a theory. I don't know if it's theory. I think the people, the group of people, developers who make the game that is under Todd Howard, I guess, Obviously, those people are not going to be involved in the marketing shit, customer support shit, and all this extra money grabbing things like merchandise and shit. So, you know, they weren't really good at this because, let's be honest, they were a small team when they started. Morrowind, before that, now Oblivion, everything past early 21st century. They were a pretty small team and they were not good at this shit, basically. The giant proper companies like EA and Ubisoft is. Even though if you look at the sales figures, Bethesda Game Studio feels same as Ubisoft and EA, but let's be honest, Ubisoft Studio has 200 to 300 plus developers alone in the developing team. Same with EA's lots of studios, major studios at least. Bethesda Game Studios were not at that level. And I'm pretty sure they had to hire a lot of staff just to tackle all this advertisement, merchandise shit. And I think all of them fucked up, I guess. So I guess they weren't equipped for this. That's all I can think. And I'm not denying that there was definitely money grab thing, but that probably came from way higher, food chains, ZeniMax and above, I guess. So, I know it's fun to make fun of Todd Howard, but I have to believe that he's just a developer. He has nothing in this shit, I guess. He just fucked up in making the game, that's all. And even that, it was a secondary studio like he says. So I don't know. Hope for Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 is still alive for me, because the people who made the fantastic games of Morrowind, Oblivion, Fallout 3, Skyrim, Fallout 4, those are the same people who is making Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. I still have hope for that.
Including push to talk. But it also brought in field of view sliders. Hooray! Increased stash capacity.
Yeah, why are they not making fun of this guy? This guy. Isn't he the main producer or whatever you call it? I don't even know the term. The main leader of Bethesda Game Studios, right? Who handles all of the marketing, everything relating to Bethesda Game Studios, because he's the main guy. While Todd Howard is literally just leader of the developing team. He just makes games. It's just fun to make fun of him, but people should make fun of this guy, I think. Pete Hines is his name? I don't know.
Hooray!
He's the main boss, isn't he?
Increased stash capacity from 400 pounds to 600 pounds, and a small buff to automatic weapons. Hooray! They decreased the carry weight of bobby pins so it no longer took up 10 to 20% of people's inventory.
I got a box of bobby pins the other week that said weigh these.
There were also upgrades.
See the way even Todd Howard makes fun of things. Even you can see that he's just make games, and if anything inside the game fucks up, it's his fault, right? Not everything. I'm pretty sure he doesn't handle the marketing and shit.
That allowed for easier construction and a bunch of bug fixes. Hooray! The bad. A whole bunch of unannounced stealth nerfs. They generally made the game grindier. Ammo production was decreased. Fusion cores burnt out faster. Legendary enemies spawned less frequently.
On guard, I'll fuck you up.
And the backlash was significant because everybody knew why Bethesda was doing it. To encourage people to use the Atomic Shop.
That literally became EA.
And let's talk briefly about that store. Some of the prices are outrageous. A Christmas tree for $12, a Santa outfit for $20, blue and yellow paint for $18. Oh look, $3 for the same sweater vest and slacks item imported from Fallout 4. But the biggest offense of all was the holiday emote bundle. $24 for some Christmas themed emotes, twice the price of these games. The media agreed that these were egregious prices. But worse, they're engaged in some deceiving marketing practices too. Oh look, it's marked down half price. But it's not. It was released half price.
Yeah, this is the marketing technique. Lots of clothing shop employees, I guess. They literally, I guess, hired a guy who used to work in one of those shops, I guess. But damn, this is just fucked up. $12 for all this shit? Really? I mean, even if somebody has somebody's a millionaire, would be like, fuck that, I'm not spending here. This is not justified, right? At certain point, doesn't matter how much money you have, you're not spending this shit, right? I mean, this is just fucked up. And what this pisses me off because, like I said, hashtag Save Player One. I think that came after the Anthem issue happened with the EA and everything. I think it was an Anthem thing, right? where, you know, the game sucked so bad and it was all tied up in microtransaction or something, that, you know, the outrage was whole another level for EA, right? And also this Call of Duty thing, where if you want an iron sight dot that costed a few dollars or something, which was, you know, just stupid for just a single dot, right? So based on that, they made that hashtag save player one, and after that they're doing this shit. Really? You know, $18 for just paint on a power armor? Fuck you.
They're artificially jacking up the price, only to then give it a fake limited time discount in order to create a sense of urgency. That's illegal, here in Australia at least, in Canada and in the EU. Reddit quickly picked up on this and pointed it out. Bethesda reacted by scrapping the discount and just setting it as the always intended price. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes of whining now, so I'm just going to leave it here. I didn't even get a chance to touch on the new pay-to-win fiasco. The new camera item that lets you teleport, dwindling player numbers. But on the flip side, they're also adding new content and improving the game over time. Heck, No Man's Sky was a surprising comeback.
Yeah.
So, maybe Bethesda can do it too.
It's not comparable.
But for now, Todd returns to cryostasis, hiding in his bunker until the bombs of outrage stop falling, and returning only when it's time to get our hopes up once again.
CuriosityStream.com/internethistorian.
Yeah. I mean, Todd Tower did came out, obviously, because next year Starfield is gonna get released. Next year of December or something like that. Why, Bethesda? Why? You used to be one of those people who just said that new game is coming 6 months ago. Now to stay there for what, over a year now for that shit? I don't even know if there are any good games are coming. I don't know, Far Cry 6, I guess that's gonna be fun. Far Cries are always fun, right? I don't know, Dying Light 2 probably, I don't know. Cyberpunk fucking sucked, right? I don't know. People still say it's enjoyable, not to me. It's just, on the channel I played 2-3 parts and fuck that. It just didn't feel right. It's not the same as Witcher, right? It's not captivating as Witcher. But yeah, this is just fucked up, right? I mean, the 180 they did with this one was just horrible for me. If they didn't do the save hashtag player one and mocked EA, I would have been less pissed off as I am right now, because that kind of got to me. I hate hypocrisy. I hate this kind of hypocrisy. Why would you do this shit? But the point is, they didn't do the hashtag save player one 2 years ago. They did that few months ago. So at the time, they were already planning for all this shit. Fallout 76, it was already underway. The new how we are going to handle the atomic shop, they already knew that. And you know, in the end, I hope it's just the owner and the investor were the issues for this money grab shit, because they saw how EA is making money. I guess all those billionaires and I guess millionaires basically gather up in some fucking party, and they're like, ES owner and investor basically comes and, hey, look at that, how much money I got this new Lamborghini. Why don't you have money? And I guess he just went back to Todd Howard and Paytines and said, make me a game that makes me money, I guess. I think that's what happened, right? Let's just hope that's what happened. Let's just hope that, you know, Paytines, Todd Howard didn't have much say in it. That's why there was hypocrisy. Like, they really believed in hashtag save player one, but then the investor stepped in and, you know, fuck it, do EA thing. EA is making money, why can't we? And then Microsoft basically now owns it. And like I said, it all depends on what company and the owners are trying to do. That's the only thing matters. After all that, it's just all politics and I guess, you know, superficial things. It's in the end, it's all about what goal they have. Is it just making money? So it doesn't matter how good a game someone makes. In the end, it's not going to be as good as it could have been, right? Even if it's good. So goals matter. And to me, Microsoft's goal right now is making good money. Why? Because PlayStation has been kicking their ass for over a decade, right? PlayStation 4 was just untouchable. PlayStation 3 was also awesome. Xbox 360 was good, but PlayStation 3 had way too many, you know, players, and I guess people bought the PlayStation 3 because Xbox 360 came later. So, you know, PlayStation has been kicking Xbox ass. So now they just decided, fuck this, and they just bought a lot of companies. right? They also have this kind of an online streaming thing, some kind of pass or whatever. You can just take a yearly subscription and play all the game. So they want to post that, right? Katie, I don't know what it's called. They want to post that. They want to post their PlayStation, Xbox console, right? They want to beat PlayStation, and only way they can do that is massive, great games. That's why they bought Obsidian and Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds came, and that's why they bought entire Bethesda and all their studios, because in their arsenal they want more good games. So their goal is to make good games, so their services sell because of these good games. So to me, first time ever, if nothing, then this is better than anything even I hope for, because now the games that will come out, like Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, hopefully, right? If the developers didn't change much, if it's the same developers, it's always been like Oblivion, Morrowind, and Fallout 3, majority of them. I guess we're gonna get fantastic Starfield, fantastic Elder Scrolls 6 because of that. If developers are fine, clearly boss's goals are also to make a great game, then all those things will be awesome. Because even with Skyrim and Fallout 4, their goal was still making money, because at that point they didn't have any other goal. It's just like, make good games so we make money. I guess that was the mentality. But now, make good games so our services sell, right? So that's even better, I guess, than what it was. So I guess if anything, even better games will come out with Bethesda Game Studios. That's what I'm thinking. Like Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 will be probably better than any other game of the past, because their goal is really to make good, good games. Even if those particular games don't sell as well because of it, because they compromise things here and there to make a good game, even if they don't make much profit with those games, they will make good enough profit by selling other things, because they just want that on the trophy. Like, look at that, how good Elder Scrolls 6 is, how good Starfield is. This is what Microsoft brings. So buy our streaming services, buy our Xboxes. That's what they want. So games will be good, I hope. Alright people, that was a massive rant on this video. I guess, more than that I did with Encoding of Sky. But, Fallout is something that I've been playing for a long time. Bethesda Game Studios, of course, I have lots of things to rant about. Right, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction, there's a link in the description. Check out the cast for place, and yeah, I'll see you next time.